Welcome to Frido. So just begin to relax, and we're going to begin with a small meditation followed by the Journey of Frido poem. So just begin to relax yourself and get settled. And if you need to move or adjust yourself at any time, feel free. And I just invite you to close your eyes and begin to observe your body sensations, your breathing, and any thoughts that may or may not come into the mind. Just gently scan through your body from the top of your head all the way down to the tips of your toes. Simply observing, noticing any feelings, any sensations that may arise in any one of your body organs or parts of your body. Notice if there's any tension or any relaxation. And as you continue to breathe, you can now expand your awareness out into the room or the space that you're in. Just noticing the temperature of the air on your skin and any sounds around. Just continuing to breathe comfortably as your awareness expands out into the town that you live in or your surrounding area. Just observing how that feels. As your attention expands further still out into the world, into the whole world. Noticing the atmosphere, the feelings in the world, with all its people, animals, plants, different races and religions, different age groups, physical abilities, different cultures. Just noticing and observing the world. Maybe your attention goes to one particular country or culture, or perhaps nothing, just a feeling. And as you continue to breathe comfortably, expand your awareness now out into the universe, the infinite universe of ever-ending space. Just notice the atmosphere, the energy of the universe. And you can just float around for a while. You can float around the universe as long as you want. Notice how that feels. Maybe you'll go somewhere, or maybe you'll stay in one place. And when you're ready, in your own time, you can gently begin your journey back into the world, back into the town, back into your space, and finally returning back into your body. once again noticing your breathing, noticing any thoughts, and noticing any body sensations. And while you're in this particular state, I'm going to read out the Friedo Journey. It's a poem, The Journey of Friedo. Something stirs from deep inside. It twists and turns 1,000 times. It pulls and stretches into shape. A figure shows and moves around. A hand supports it from below until it feels and begins to grow. Building blocks are put in place until the figure is nice and safe. The figure starts to create its own, from light and darkness, vibrating tone. Birth and death begin to rise. The figure splits to compromise. The figure then creates some space. Now life and death begin their race, until the space has found a way to stabilize and have its say. Space creates a home for all, the separation of large and small, of water, fire, earth and air, weight and lightness, cold and brightness, pain and sorrow, love and joy. Out of this space comes girl and boy. The figure has journeyed through time and space, feeling as though it has won the race, looking around only to find a universe of an amazing kind. The training's been tough, it's been testing and rough. The figure is ready, it's complete and steady. Back to the source, the figure must run, for now the journey has just begun. Welcome to Friedo, another journey with this card, which is external. And this card's all about the secret of appreciation, the power of appreciation. Even the word appreciation means something that goes up in value. And when something goes up in value, it feels better about itself. So this is also one of the secrets of abundance in our lives. If we want more of something, we need to understand this card, external appreciation. So you've got your word that you want to work with today on this journey, whether that's love or fear or money, whichever one you're working with today. So make sure you've got that word, and if you want to write it down on a piece of paper, and also give yourself a little percentage. So how much of a master are you of that word you've chosen? Like if you're the master of it, you give yourself a high percentage. And if you've got no control over it, you give yourself a low percentage. So have a think about that. And this, we're going to read the card now. So when you're ready, you can just relax Close your eyes and just begin to breathe and settle as I read the card to you. External appreciation. By creating the structure to support you in your life with your word you've chosen today to journey with, you become more stable and able to grow in an optimal way. We all need support of some kind. This support comes as something that you understand, something that makes sense and gives you stability. It gives you a structure or foundation, like a house that keeps you safe and warm, a job that pays you money and gives you security, a process that helps you move forward in life. People also give support, your family, friends, even a stranger, a postman, your clothing, a table, a chair, the bank, transportation, a candle, a toy, a game. Absolutely everything can give you support in some way. We are fully supported in our lives. Begin to acknowledge things that support you in your life, like your house that shelters you, your job that pays you, the plants that feed you. Create new structures, habits, and processes to support you. So when you're ready, we can begin our journey. So the first thing we want to do is write down some people who could support you with your word. So if your word is money, think about some people who could support you with money. Maybe your parents, maybe the bank, maybe someone wealthy, maybe your clients who pay you. Think about all the kinds of different people in your life that do or can support you with your word. Maybe your word's fear, and maybe someone can support you. Maybe the person who does self-defense teaching, he can support you to learn self-defense, to handle your fear. And once you've got all the few different people down, circle one of them just for this journey today. So circle the one. It doesn't matter which one. They can all support you, but you decide which one you want to circle. And now I want you to write a letter of appreciation to this person. So you'd begin by writing, dear Alice, or to Alice. And you're going to end the letter by saying from whoever it's from, yourself. I would say, love from, or regards, Gary. So you decide how you want to end a letter, and make sure you end it with your name. And when you write this letter of appreciation, have a think about, when you write appreciation, what you're doing is you're valuing that other person. You're giving them value by saying how what you think of them, why you like them so much, or why you think they can support you. So what you're doing is you're praising them. Appreciation is like praising that person. I think you're wonderful. You've got such amazing skills and abilities to do what you do, and what you've gone through and what you've trained to become is like, wow, you're amazing. It's all about praising that person. And just be a little bit careful that it's not a words of gratitude. They can be in there, but it's like more important for the praise about that person. So I wouldn't say, I feel so happy with your support. That's more about I'm feeling more grateful, and that's another card in Frido. That's a whole different energy. Grateful is more about receiving, how you're feeling. But appreciation is not about how you are feeling. It's not about you. It's nothing about you. It's all about the person. That person is, if I'm appreciating somebody, oh, I love that person. They're amazing at cooking. They're brilliant. They've always got time. They're organized. They've got such a wonderful way about them. I'm praising all about them. So make sure in your letter it's all about the person you're writing to. That is pure appreciation. So now you've maybe finished, you can pause the video to write the letter. So come back, and now you've finished, the letter is to activate that energy. I want you to read it to yourself again. Also find somebody you can read it to. So have a think about who you can read that to out loud. And then after that, get that person or a person to read it back to you. This is really, really powerful to do this. This totally energizes and activates that energy of appreciation. And then once you're done, have a think about what you've learnt from your journey today. So just summarize it in a short sentence. I've learnt blah, blah, blah. Make it short and simple. And once you've completed that, turn that into a very, very short, like 3 or 4 words, into an affirmation, a learning affirmation. So think about what you've learned. So when you read the affirmation out, it's like you've done it, you're doing it. That's how it will read to you. So your brain needs to actually think that it's done it, it's doing it already. If you've learned something, therefore you'll say, well, I can do it. I am doing it. And once you've done the affirmation, think of one action that you can do in your life to prove that learning affirmation is true. So what can you do in your life? Have a think about it. One action you can do in your life. If I asked you to do it, you could go and do it now or tomorrow. It's that kind of action. It's very clear. So it's not like, oh, I'm going to just go and speak to somebody. It's like, I'm going to speak to Ruth or Joseph. So be very clear what you're going to do. And then, just for now, just to make sure you've really grounded that energy, that learning, is think of something you can do right now. So it might be the same action as you're going to do, or it might be something different, but something you can demonstrate right in this moment. You can demonstrate your learning affirmation to prove to yourself, to prove to your body that you can do it. And finally, give yourself a percentage of what have you learned something in this journey. Do you know more than you did before? And give yourself a number. Are you any closer to 100%? Or is it still very low, 10%, 5%? Every time you do these journeys, you learn something new, and that percent will go up. And that will give you more knowledge and understanding about your word, and you'll become more masterful with that word. So I hope you enjoyed the journey, and if you need to go deeper, we do one-to-one sessions. If you want to come on a group webinar, we do 3 or 4 every week. We choose different themes, and once a week you can choose your own word as well. And we do beautiful retreats all over the world, several a year. So if that interests you, get in touch. And if you want to become a Frido guide and teach yourself, we offer that as well. So hope you enjoyed the journey, and remember, keep living the dream.